As we gear up for another school year, it's time to think about learning and how kids learn differently. Joining us now is Judy Jankowski, head of school at Chesapeake Bay Academy, to tell us about twice exceptional learners, who they are, and what they need to reach their full potential. Judy, welcome to the Hampton Roads Show.
Hi, good to see you.
Twice exceptional learners, what exactly is that?
Well, there are a lot of kids out there who really are very, very bright. In fact, their intellectual ability falls into the gifted range, but they have difficulty accessing that intellect because they have a secondary situation. So they may have ADHD, they may have dyslexia or dysgraphia or some other challenge in being able to produce information.
It seems like when most people think of giftedness, they wouldn't think of that. It seems kind of contrary.
It is. You know, when people think about gifted students, everything comes easy to them. They should be able to produce information easily, and they're very articulate, and they have no challenges in terms of, you know, dealing in a classroom. And that couldn't really be further from the truth for these students with dual exceptionality. They need help to not only get the tools and the strategies they need, but they need help to understand really how bright they are. Because for some of them, they begin to doubt their own ability, and that's such a loss for us.
Let's talk about how you get the tools and how you can help a student with that. What can you guys do to help them tap into that potential?
Well, first you help them understand who they are as learners. You know, are they visual learners? Are they kinesthetic? Are they, you know, for many of them, not so much auditory? So what are the strategies that they need? Do they need speech-to-text software? For some kids, you know, it's just difficult getting things out in writing. Or do they need to, you know, have things repeated to them multiple times? Do they just need to allow themselves some more time to process information? You know, and it's not just about kids, it's about educating the educators who are serving them. And that's where Chesapeake Bay Academy is such a godsend to these students, because our teachers understand our kids and they're able to, you know, give them the wait time. If they've asked a question in a gifted classroom, frequently it's, you know, the student has to answer right away or we move on. Well, no, it's time to wait for them. You know, in our traditional model of things, when you think about individuals who are deep thinkers, they're the people who are in the back of the room when there's a busy conversation going on and they're just watching. But suddenly, at the end of the conversation, they come up with something deep and profound. Those are our twice exceptional learners, and those are the kinds of kids that we really want to be able to develop at CBA.
If a parent thinks their child might be a twice exceptional learner, at what age and what can you tell them as far as maybe getting the help that they need?
Well, the first thing that you want to do, I mean, in order to identify a child with any sort of challenge, is to have them evaluated. You want to talk to a psychoeducational evaluator and basically start with an IQ measure, but also an achievement measure as well, because that's how you begin to identify the difference. When you do an IQ test, what you're measuring is potential. When you're doing an achievement test, you're actually seeing performance. And when you see a difference between the two, when you see someone with really high IQ scores, but then somehow they're not able to perform at that level, that's when you know there's something else that you need to do. And being with an evaluator who understands that profile of a child will sort of take you that first step, but then get yourself to an educational environment that understands these kids.
Judy, real quickly, for anyone out there who's not familiar with Chesapeake Bay Academy, can you quickly tell them what it's about?
Sure. CBA is a school for students who learn differently. I hate the language of disability because I feel it's disempowering, but in a traditional, you know, the traditional vernacular, yes, we serve kids with learning disabilities, but we empower our students. My belief is that kids are empowered or not by the educational environment in which they exist. And the kids who come to us have incredible intellectual ability, but are not well served in a very traditional school setting. So what we do is we provide them with the skill sets, with the tools, and with the understanding. You know, speaking, when you opened your segment, you were talking about, you know, manners and just understanding the social aspects of children. We look at children holistically. It's not just about their intellectual place, but who are they as individuals, learners, and what are their interests and how do we engage them? We look at the whole child and we develop that.
You do a tremendous job with that. Chesapeake Bay Academy is now accepting applications for the 2014-2015 school year. Contact Dana Bender at 497-6200 or email dbender@cba-va.org to schedule an individual tour. You can also visit cba-va.org for more information. All of this will be on our website, thehamptonroadshow.com. Judy, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.